Welcome to Moose on the Loose. My name's David. On this episode, I'm going to warn you here, there's going to be some rage ensuing listening to Chrystia Freeland talking about the housing situation in Canada. She basically admits she knows the situation and it's intentionally been done this way. They've intentionally allowed in a ton of immigrants to cause this housing bubble. So what we've got here is a press conference they held just the other day, yesterday, talking about their housing situation. More fluff pieces, it's just more nonsense.
Deputy Prime Minister, documents obtained by Canadian press show your government was warned that housing construction had not kept up with population growth, largely because of Canada's immigration targets. Why did your government not heed that warning and lower immigration levels?
Thank you for the question, Simon. And let me say this.
I don't know why she wouldn't have a pre-planned answer. Any of these journalists are always going to ask this question. She always seems dumbfounded by it every time.
As a country, Canada is probably the country in the world which is the most welcoming of new Canadians, which is the most welcoming of immigrants.
Yes, because you guys made it that way. And immigrants are great, but we can't have more coming in than the houses we have, or it makes us Canadians suffer. Canadians have to come first.
And as finance minister, I have to say that is a huge economic strength. It is a real driver of our country's economic growth. And at a time when all of the industrialized countries in the world are facing huge demographic challenges, we are extremely fortunate as a country that we have the social capacity to welcome immigrants.
By bringing in a ton of people and displacing a bunch of Canadians who then suffer, it doesn't benefit the country. What really should be happening, if they want to bring in 500,000 immigrants per year, they should all be construction workers from other countries. That would benefit us. Like if you want a fast pass to get into Canada, you have at least 2 or 3 years in construction. And the more years you have, if you have 10 years of construction, 20 years, you get to come in tomorrow. That's how they should be doing this, not the strategy you have now, which is obviously they're just bringing in the richest people out of other countries, which hurts their countries because they're not economically benefiting those countries. The people they are bringing in, there's a very, very small percentage of them that actually can do construction work. It's not helping get houses built. It's just hurting us.
You are quite right that if we want to be a country that welcomes new Canadians, and I strongly believe that's the right thing for all of us, we have to build more homes faster. Government is totally committed to getting more homes built for Canadians. You have seen that unrelenting focus for weeks and weeks and weeks, for months and months and months.
You can tell there when she said weeks and weeks and weeks, that's honest, because they only started taking this serious a few weeks ago. And then she realized, I should say months because weeks doesn't sound good. If you look back, Trudeau even said, there's a clip of him saying that housing is not a federal problem. It's not. So she's just showing her cards there. They know they've caused this and they just don't care. And now they realize, it's a major election thing. So they're starting to push that. Even looking on the Liberals' own website, the Housing Accelerator, on their website here, the Housing Accelerator, which used to advertise 250,000 houses being built over the next, whatever it was, 8 years or 10 years or something. Now it's 100,000 new middle class homes by 2024, 2025. They're obviously trying to change the tune here because they know they're getting slammed.
And one of the reasons I'm so glad to be here today is to highlight the work on getting more homes built faster. We have been pushing very, very hard over the past few months, but it's not brand new. This project started in 2018.
Yet you didn't do anything in 2018 or 2015 or 2016 or 2017 or 2019, 2020 or 21.
And was made possible by programs that were in place then. And the final thing that I will highlight when it comes to getting more homes built faster, which we absolutely need, it is the most pressing economic and also social priority, is the Housing Accelerator Fund. That is having a transformative impact. That is something that was launched in the 2022 budget. There was a lot of eye rolling, a lot of skepticism. Will this ever happen?
Yeah, we're going to do some eye rolling. So like I just said, they have it 100,000 on their website now by 2025. Really, that program said 250,000 over the next 8 to 10 years. And now they realize, oh, that doesn't make much sense considering they're bringing in 500,000 immigrants per year. Plus, if you add in the foreign workers and foreign students, it's something like 1.2 million just in this year alone. I think they said 400,000 people have come in just the last 3 months. So like your 250,000 houses over 8 years, 10 years, like it doesn't do anything. Let's just think about this for a second. The amount of immigrants we have coming in right now is the equivalent to a jumbo jet coming in, landing at YVR, Vancouver Airport or Toronto, and it's packed to the brim, right? Couple hundred people on that plane. So we're talking 400 seats full. All those people get off that plane and then they start, dispersing. Some of them, say if it's in Vancouver, they disperse down to Richmond. Some are going to Burnaby. Some are going to downtown Vancouver. Some are going to, Port Coquitlam, wherever. And all those people are scattered around looking for a place to live. 400 of them, 400 people. Uh-oh, what's that? You hear that in the air? Oh, it's another jumbo jet 2 hours later coming in to land and 400 more people getting off that plane also looking for houses, places to live. Uh-oh, 2 hours later, here comes another jumbo jet every 2 hours. That's the equivalent of how many people are coming into Canada and looking for places to live. Obviously, we're having a major problem because of that, because we have these bonehead loser morons running our country. They know they're doing this, they know the problem, and they know they're creating it, but they don't care. It's disgraceful.
On immigration and housing, your government talks a lot about increasing housing supply, but obviously that takes time. So I'm wondering, what about demand? Do you believe that tempering demand by tempering migration flows into the country could be part of the solution to the housing crisis?
Thank you for the question. And I do want to start by saying, I think it's important for us as Canadians to recognize the really positive role that immigration plays for our country. Canada is, I would say, in the world, uniquely welcoming of immigrants. That is a real economic strength.
Once again, yes, we know that because you guys have chosen to make it that easy for anyone to get in here. But it hurts Canadians. The people are not going to vote for you. We all know why you're doing this. You're bringing in people to vote for you because you're essentially like saving them from their country. So then they'll vote for Liberals. We know you're bringing in voters. That's what this is all about. But you're making us all suffer and hate your guts. The problem is it's spreading like wildfire. The amount of people that hate the Liberals now is off the charts.
For our country. Right now, in the wealthy industrialized world, one of the big long-term economic and social challenges is demographics. Thanks to the fact that we're a country that it knows how to welcome immigrants, that is a challenge that Canada is uniquely positioned to meet. And I think it's important for us to recognize that and really realize what a fundamental economic and social strength.
What gives her the right to say we're positioned to meet that when you're causing us all the pain? Like it's not your right to do that. This government, it's entitled bunch of megalomaniac fools.
Of our country, that is. Having said that, you are absolutely right that for immigration to work as a Canadian economic strategy, we have to be sure that housing supply keeps up. And that is what our government is absolutely focused on doing. And I think we do have to be sure that our immigration system is working as intended. You will have heard my colleague, Mark Miller, talk about international students and talk about the work that he is doing to be absolutely certain that when people come here as a student, they are coming to a school that is really going to educate them and that they're coming to a school that's ensuring that there is housing in place for them. That is a very reasonable expectation of international students and their parents when they come to Canada. And that is an area where there is absolutely work to do.
All right, next question.
You see that? She's like, okay, I got through that. Hopefully they don't ask me that question again. Oh, our country is in bad shape with a fool like that. This is our Minister of Finance, a history buff. This person is a history major, a reporter. This is who's running the finance of our country. Unbelievable. That's all you can say is unbelievable.
Okay, take care.
Ugh. Yeah, this event is over. This government is over. Unbelievable. Just the arrogance. Just you should be lucky, and it's just blah blah blah. This is something we're happy to do. It's like, no, you can't speak for all of us. You're not speaking for any of us, aside from the very fringe minority that are still clinging on because they just think Justin Trudeau is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, you heard it right there from the horse's mouth. They know about the problem. They know they caused the problem. They don't care. Now, the main thing we need to ask now is why? I keep thinking why? Why would they do this? And obviously it has to come down to money because people are motivated by money. If those ministers had a bunch of houses and then thus increased the demand, increased the price of houses, they would get stinking rich. That is a theory. That is a theory that makes sense. Someone left a comment too saying that Trudy there has got a offshore account in Panama and he's an investor in some green technology down there, and thus by pushing climate change that company would make a ton of money. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know anything about that. I haven't researched that, but once again, money. It all comes down to money. So obviously there's some sort of big money incentive there. I would love to know what every government minister, how many houses they own, whether it's through their own name or through a corporation that they are the primary owner of, and how many properties they own. That's what I would like to know. That's where I'm going to leave it on this one. If you guys want something a little bit more relaxing, I have a silent hiking channel. Be sure to check that out. Sorry, I'm going to keep promoting it because that's my dream, is to make those videos and make a living from it. I absolutely love being in nature, and I'm going places no one else is going. So if you want to see unique, amazing places, check it out. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.